Hello, Radiant One, and welcome to Spiritual Business with Mariaestela, the show and podcast for soul-driven, heart-based spiritual entrepreneurs and Magdalene's rising, wanting to lead with love in business and life. I am your host, spiritual business coach, mentor, catalyst, and facilitator, Mariaestela, and it is my deep honor, my great pleasure, and joy to share this episode with you. If you haven't already, I highly encourage you to join my newsletter to stay connected and updated. You can do so on my website, mariaestela.com, where you can also find previous episodes and their show notes. Hello, Radiant One. And as always, a very big and a very warm welcome to today's episode. I'm not yet sure what to call it, so you may see the name before I do, but we'll see what's coming through because there is some things coming up. First of all, there is, I guess by now, less than 24 hours left to sign up for Mastery Through Love, my 6-week healing journey. And I think what is wanting to come through is one of the core premises for not only that, but for everything that I do am as a spiritual business coach, and that is that I see your business not as a business, it is a calling. I see you as being part of the new wave of soul-driven, heart-based spiritual entrepreneurs, Magdalene's rising, as I like to call you. A wave of entrepreneurs who are part of the new paradigm, the new way of doing things. And that is a way that is based in love, for love, with love, by love. Love is the way for us. And it is a way that is focused on the internal rather than the external. It is a paradigm that is based in healing, in being of service. It's a way that's, it's a paradigm where the paradigm is based in, supporting the transformation of our collective in opposition to the old paradigm, the old way of doing things where that was, it's fear-based. And I'm sure that you by now recognize it when you see it in the world. Something's off. There's something that's out of resonance. If you see marketing procedures or marketing tricks and tools, that's like, oh, they seem off. That's because they're based in the old way of doing things, the fear-based way. And that was also a way that was, based on external factors, so that someone like me, a spiritual business coach, and I'm not sure that I've done this in the past, but someone who's focused on what you can get in terms of, being in front of a plane, having the newest whatever bag or shoes, focused on that rather than the service, the healing, the transformation. Not that there's anything wrong with wanting things. I like nice things. I love money. I love nice things. And, but it's not the accumulation of it that is my driver. It's the foundation. It's the being of service and having, being able to provide for myself and my family and so forth. That's what's the driver. And in the old paradigm, it was also based on personal gains and personal accumulation. And like I said, now it's for the collective. And that is also not to say that you need to go sit on a rock and just live. Like, that's not what I'm saying. But if you're here and you're still listening, I'm pretty sure that, those who are not for that is already gone by now. So if you're still here, I love you. Hello. But you being part of that new wave, I also see your business as not just a business. You didn't go into business to be in business, because truth be told, there are many other ways that you could make a living that is far easier than having your own business or even having a career that is to be of service, because I see your business as a calling, and that is my inherent experience from those that I'm blessed to hold space for, whether it be in groups or in one-on-one. There is a dedication to the craft of what they do, and it is a calling. It is a pull. It is a nudge from spirit, to be of service to this world in whatever form that may have, because it can be many different ways. You can be a carpenter and working with wood is what you do. You can be someone who works with plant medicine, or you can be a yoga teacher, or you can be a hotel owner. There are many different ways that can look like, but it is your calling. It is it's like the heartstrings are being pulled from you. You're being pulled forward into this. And if that is you, then what I also know is that your business is, like I said, not only a calling, it's also your awakening journey. It is how God works with you, and God being the incredible loving force source that we are all part of, that we all are. And so as love, being love, you are continuously expanding. You cannot help but expand. And you do that through your being and through your doing. And because business is the way for you, or being of service, being a healer, or whatever modality you work within, then your awakening journey and the expansion, that meaning, ridding yourself of your limiting beliefs, of self-sabotage, of scarcity, of fear, of lack, and all those things, those come through the experiences that you have within your business. And now, as I said, there is less than 24 hours left to sign up for Mastery Through Love. I am not saying that because of fear. I am saying that because that is, it's a truth, it's a fact, and I don't want you to sign up to Mastery Through Love thinking that you will miss out if you don't. I want you to sign up because you cannot help but be part of this powerful, amazing group, collective, sacred souls who are going to come together for the next 6 weeks to be dissolving fear and expanding love. If this is not for you, if it doesn't seem like the right time, if it doesn't seem like you have the money for it, if it really doesn't tickle your soul, or if you're not willing to be a full part and a full participant in it, something else is for you, and that is fine. So I'm not saying it to rush you or scare you. I'm saying it to call you in and to have you check in and say, is this something that I really want to be part of? And if that voice within you says yes, even though you may be slightly nervous and excited and probably also a little scared, which is good, then come join us. And if it's not, then maybe another time, or maybe this is not for you, maybe another teacher is for you. That's totally fine. However, as I said, self-sabotage, limiting beliefs, scarcity, lack, fear, when it comes to your business, there's 4 areas where I've seen that come up again and again and again. I've had another episode recorded, and I'm not going to go deeply into them because I encourage you to check out that episode. I will link to it in the show notes. It is the 4 areas of core. It is comparison, it is competition, and it is cash. Now, when it comes to core, it's about your truth and what is your truth, and making decisions that are based in your truth. Whether it's setting boundaries, whether it is providing services and products that are in alignment with your truth. That's what the core module is about. That is a module in the program as well, but it is also, like I said, it's those areas where I see these things come up in terms of fears, and where you can expand the love. And the article that or the episode that I recorded last year or earlier has that information. So go check that out. The second area is comparison. We use the world to compare ourselves, and the thing is, it's so quote unquote funny is that when we use the world to compare, rarely do we come out on top. Like rarely are we the ones that are like, oh, I'm actually doing really well. It is very often, I would say 9 times out of 10, unless you work with this, unless you've worked on dissolving fear and adding love by the expansion of love, then you will be able to quote unquote compare yourself and see that what someone else has is not a competition or any more special or less special or more special than you are. And so in Mastery Through Love, what we do is we use those, whatever comes up for you, in order to dissolve those fears. And we actually also do, we add the love so that you may see just how wonderful, amazing, and how there's no one like you. There's never been no one like you. There will never be anyone like you. I like to say that if someone is given, if 2 people are given the exact same material and they're supposed to do a workshop, the 2 workshops will be completely different because you are special and unique. And when I say special and unique, I mean that you are just as special and just as unique as I am and as someone else is. There is, that's the new way of seeing things. That's the way of knowing that you are love, and love is beautiful. It is radiant, whether it be through you or someone else. So you are unique and special in your very own and unique and special way. The fourth way is competition, and that's again a way that we take the world and we use it to pull ourselves down. Oh, there's someone else doing this. When I started being a spiritual business coach, I think I started using the title 5 or 6 years ago, 7 years ago, maybe even longer, because I did it in the beginning and then I had a period of fear where I didn't use it, and then I'm back to it. And in that, now today I see spiritual business coaches everywhere, which is, I consider that to be something that is beautiful and amazing, because it means that the world is finally getting that we need to weave the world, that there needs to be people like me and those coaches who are supporting you, those who are the ones who will actually work with the healing, who will do the transformation, and I also do that. I just do it on a perhaps smaller scale. Maybe that's me not tooting my own horn. I'm not sure. That might be a limiting belief. But that is competition. And then the final area is cash. I see so many entrepreneurs who are not willing to look at their cash. And actually, in the last round that I did, there was someone who discovered that she was actually way further ahead than she thought. So she was afraid of looking into her cash, thinking that it would be bad. And when she did, she really discovered that it was way better than she thought, that she'd come way further. I'd of course also had those who had, who could see that they'd invested a shit ton of money. And I don't mind, investments if they're valid and they're valuable to you. But it's, the module is all about, are you throwing away money that, out of fear? So really, like I said in the beginning, the way of the new paradigm is to do things from a space of love. It's to be of service, to be part of the healing, the transformation, the awakening and the ascension of our planet. And the only way for you to really be part of that is to do the work yourself. So whether that be working with me or coming to join Mastery Through Love, which is a 6-week healing journey, or like something else. Or maybe working on your own, because I have a shit ton of content that you can use. And the key piece throughout is, as always, love is the way. Love is the way. So being kind, caring, compassionate, acknowledging yourself, showering yourself with love on a daily, monthly, weekly, yearly basis, and even minute by minute. When I first started out doing my own work, I had to, it was an hourly basis. I had to remind myself on an hourly basis. So Yeah, like I said, I don't see your business as just a business. You're part of the new paradigm. You're part of the wave of souls that are creating the foundation for those who are coming after. We stand upon the shoulders of those who came before us, and we are here because our mothers, our ancestors, our soul families went before and fertilized the ground for us to be here right now. And I see that our most important task is to continue that lineage, to clear yourself of everything that is holding you back in terms of limiting beliefs, fears, scarcity mindset, lack, all of those things. Because once you clear yourself of that, you become a clearer vessel. You call in those that you are here to serve. Those who are here to serve, you are here to serve, can hear, see, and find you. And they can hear you more clearly. You're able to show up more. You have a stronger sense of being, of core. So, my message to you today is this: love is the way. And if you feel empowered, inspired, awoken by this, check out Mastery Through Love, where this is what you'll be getting for 6 weeks straight. I will be on your quote unquote ass to shower you with love and support you in showering yourself, as well as your sisters will be. And if not, then, that's totally fine. Love is still the way, and you can find a shit ton of content on my website. I know that I've sworn a lot in this episode. I don't know where that came up from. I'm thinking things had to come through. So consider this: your business is not just a business, it's your calling. It's what God uses as your awakening journey. It's the way that you are being expanded into like who you've always been and will always be. And you're part of the new paradigm, the love-based paradigm, being of service for the collective, not just on a personal level. That is what I had for you today. I love you. Take care. That is what I had for you in today's episode of Spiritual Business with Mariaestela. I hope it served you well. Find all of the deets and the details by clicking the link in the description. And if you want to support the spreading of this message, share it with a friend or on social media, or leave me a comment or a review. God bless.